under this blue. Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Let's have it right. Minerals FC. You got the Minerals, yeah? Love it. Got the Minerals, TT.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking Minerals, mate.
So have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Hope everyone is doing good tonight. Big up to every single one of you in here. First and foremost, like the video, guys. Like the video if you haven't. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I'm on the road to 4K, people. My small channel. We're going to 4K, guys. This is my, 8th or 9th week of setting up Minerals FC. Very happy so far. Going very well. Loving the platform. Loving the opportunity for me to say whatever the hell I want. And say it how it is. That's exactly what I will do. And we call out any agendas, people. We call out any brown envelopes. We call out any wannabe brown envelopes. We call out whatever it is. If you talk shit about our football club and our players, it's what happens, people. It's what happens here. No mucking around. Don't forget, guys, pinned in the top of the live chat, I've got my Minerals FC membership. I've also got you're allowed, or you've got the opportunity to land your Super Minerals. Most important thing is like and subscribe, guys. That's the most important thing. I wasn't planning to do a stream tonight. Thought I'd just do it tomorrow. But do you know what? I feel a little bit pumped. I feel a little bit pumped at the minute. And I got added a lot yesterday and today about a certain individual's garbage that he wanted to land on his Mahusive platform about Minerals Mount. So I've standard procedure as always is to call that out. And that is a video that will be underneath this video. Guys, go and check it out. And see the exposure flourish. Yeah, completely just overflow of minerals all day long. No one talks about Minerals Mount and tries to throw shit on him and get away with it. Not with me. Doesn't happen. I don't care who you are. I don't care. So big up to everyone in here. Let's run through the comments, guys. RD's in here. Big up, RD. Nice to see you in here. Come on, Pulisic. What do you mean, come on, Pulisic? We've just been told, if it's true, that he was prepared to extend his contract so he can get a loan out of the club. Doesn't want to be at the club. And we're forced to keep him. We're forced to keep a player that doesn't want to be at our football club. But yet everyone wants to drop Mason Mount. Everyone wants to drop Mason Mount. Pulisic is the only option. You're not going to play Ziyech. You're not going to play Callum Hudson-Odoi. You're not going to play Brozier there because you're playing Kai Havertz. Or apparently, if you drop Kai Havertz, you drop Mason Mount. The only two options are Pulisic and Broha with Sterling. So is everyone very confident with that? Is everyone confident with that? Because I'm not. But we'll disregard the other issues in the squad and in the team and the implications of those, the implications of injuries and situations that have arisen for the gaffer. And the gaffer's doing a great job at the minute. I see they're calming down because we've won with 10 men. Credit to the gaffer. Everyone seems to lower their tone when it comes to Thomas Tuchel. All this criticism, where is it? I want to hear the criticism. I want to hear it. Big up Major General N'Golo Kante, my geezer. Johnny with the daily streams, phenomenal work rate. Well, like I said, I wasn't planning to do this one, but do you know what I mean? It had to be done. Big up Jim B in here. Big up Minerals FC. Our design. How you doing, Johnny? Big up everyone in the chat as well. As always, MM19 Diamond will bounce back strong tomorrow, as well as Kai. 3-1 win. Up the Chelsea. Up Minerals FC. Back TT. Let's go on an unbeaten streak now. Well, we hope so, geezer. Big up to you. I really do hope so. I really do hope so. My member in here. Big up British Patriot. Big up Johnny. Up the Chelsea. Luca in here, carefree. As always, carefree Minerals here, and we are carefree. Michael's in here, up the Chelsea. Cameron Adams, big up Johnny. Big up Cameron, my geezer. Love the Avi fella, always. Chelsea till I die, big up Johnny. We need a convincing win. Yeah, we do. We do. We need a convincing performance, which we haven't really had. As a team, the only collective performance was against Spurs. Mason Mount played in that game. But in all the other games, we haven't played well. We've not played as a team. The midfield deficiencies, the lack of experience and quality has hurt the team. It's hurt the team. Changing to a back four against Leicester in the first half did not do us any favours. But I understand why the gaffer did it. He was limited. He was limited with his choice selection. No Koulibaly, no Fofana coming in. He's forced to play Trevor. Apparently he's going to go on loan from what we've been told. So that tells you everything you need to know with Thiago Silva and Azpilicueta are only real options. But the sending off allowed Thomas Tuchel to basically, with the loss of a player, he can bring on a defender for one of the attackers, which he couldn't do before. So, you know, some people just don't get it. Some people don't understand tactics. They don't understand football as well as they think they do. And that's what happens, unfortunately. That's what happens. You spill out false narratives, agenda narratives. Big up Top Bins in here. Big up Johnny, the voice of proper Chelsea fans. Keep righting the wrong uns and exposing the player agenda creators. Up the Chelsea, up Minerals FC. There's plenty of agenda creators. Plenty of them. Plenty of them. They come in all shapes and sizes, all dynamics. Some come like pit bulls. Some come like chihuahuas. Some come like Cheshire cats with hacksaws. There's all sorts of types of agenda-driven narratives from various locations in the world with a voice, apparently. So, yeah, we do shut them down. We don't tolerate that on this channel. And anyone who doesn't like it, my simple response is, jog on, this ain't for you here. It's not for you. So go be a minion somewhere else. Because the people that follow me are not minions. They're proper Chelsea. They want to talk about Chelsea and they want to talk about Chelsea in a positive way. And back our team, our players, our gaffer. Through thick and thin, whether you win, lose or draw, it doesn't matter. You support your team. You don't just come for for your gaffer's neck, players' necks, because you want to suit the going rate and the narrative of all the hipsters and all the Twitter virgins and the whole, how do I say, the wrong uns in the game. The wrong uns in the game. Chelsea till I die. Don't think we should go for Zaha. I don't agree with Zaha. Look, there's a lot of bangers and mash going around with the brown envelopes. Is Frankie de Jong coming yet, guys? Apparently he's in London. We were told he's at Van der Beek's wedding, but apparently Sky Sports have announced there is no wedding, and that's someone close to de Jong. So he's in London. So is he? We've been told he's going to stay at Barcelona. What are we supposed to believe here? We know Manchester United have got offices in London. We know Chelsea's in London. So what is it all about, guys? What's it all about? And if we go by Fabrizio, he's feeling that is Chelsea are pushing really hard. His feeling is that we're pushing hard. Well, I couldn't give a toss about your feelings because that counts for nothing. Sweet FA. Feelings is feelings. We want hardcore facts and actual truth. Feelings is nothing. That's just a lovely tweet to generate clickbait, to put our name with de Jong and Barcelona again. So I'm getting really tired of this nonsense. I really am. And I hope, and I'm sure the people that support my channel are feeling in the same way. Because it's just getting jarring now, people. Deadline day signings, I don't know. I'm sure we have to. We have to make signings. We have to make signings. Don't know who, though. I don't know what to believe. Gordon, I think Gordon is really interested in signing, but that price, I don't care how much it is. If the gaffer wants him, he wants him. That's it, Do you want to sign players or not? Tell me other players that are available that gaffer wants. And it's quite thin at the minute. So this is the concern, guys. Very happy about this. Big up, Gary. Ross Barkley is now history. Listen, credit to Bowley, getting rid of all the dead wood, even if he's not getting a transfer fee for the geezer. It's unbelievable, really. Bakayoko, or is it Chwai on the way out? I think it's Bakayoko I saw. I don't follow the brown envelope, so excuse me if I name a wrong player, but it's one of those players. Looks like Ziyech is going. Thank God. We got what's his name? Callum Hudson-Odoi looks like he's going. It's been announced. Leverkusen. I think good move, but the gaffer pushed for the loan and a straight loan. No buy option. None of that. Just a straight loan. Let's see what Cho can do at Leverkusen, the Bundesliga, and get regular minutes. I think that's very exciting, and I'm looking forward to watching him play. But it's clear the gaffer doesn't think he's ready right now, and I'm going to back the gaffer on that sense. He's a Cobham boy. I wanted to keep Cat, to be honest, but that's what the gaffer's decided, and we're not selling him, so I'm all good with that. I'm all good with loaning Colwill as well. Obviously, all the certain platforms having kittens that we're apparently the brown envelope said we're going to sell Colwill, and we didn't. The gaffer made sure it was a loan, and we've had to pay a bit extra for Cucurella. Oh well, we move. Trust in Thomas Tuchel. Trust in Thomas Tuchel. Big up Jacob in here. Big up Johnny. Up the Chelsea. Back the gaffer. Let's have it right all day long. All day long. Evans in here. Big up Johnny. Yeah, I'm very glad he's gone. That's great news. Great news. DJ Sav's in here. Big up Johnny Minnels. Hope you're well. I'm very good, mate. I'm buzzing at the minute. I'm all good. Up the Chelsea. Yeah. Straight as my geezers in here. Up the Minnels FC. You know it. We're going to have some trolls in here. Obviously, it's not a problem. The more the merrier. But my chat, they got minerals. They'll have it out with you. So be careful what you say. Be careful what you say. Big up Jimmy. Yes, Minerals General. Let's mud these frauds. Mud them all, mate. Mud them all. Literally mud them all. So let's keep going through. Let's go through. Like and subscribe, guys. Over 170 people in here. Big up to every single one of you. I expect 170 likes straight away. Unless there's some haters that want to watch. Hello. Big up to you. Lovely jubbly. Let's keep going, running through. Big up Cursor in here. Lovely to see you in here, Geezer. The regulars are all in here. Chelsea Blue. Johnny, with all due respect, I agree with you on Havertz and Tuchel, but you have to say Mount hasn't been his usual form last season. Well, listen, who has been on form? Name me a player that's on form in our entire team. Name me when we've had our solid midfield of Kante, Kovacic available with Jorginho. Spurs game. And we dominated. We absolutely blew them away. We got robbed. Otherwise, that was a win. That was our best performance we played as a team. Mason Mount was playing that side. Havertz was playing that side. Everton, we got through just about, but I expected that. We never win at Goodison Park. We went and got 3 points from a Jorginho penalty, who didn't have a very good game at all. And we were very, very slow, off the mark, slow transitions. Same old story, really. But we like to all disregard that and pinpoint certain players because it fits the narrative, and it gets the attention and it pleases all the haters. And that's piss poor attitude and professionalism as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I call that stuff out. Don't agree with that. I don't know what's there to say. I mean, Minerals Mount is our best player. You know what I mean? He's been our best player for the last 2.5 years, 3 years. Player of the season twice, best figures, played out of position, still the best player. But yet people want to bitch and whine and moan and have kittens about Minerals Mount because it's a lovely topic. It's lovely clickbaiter. That's what it is. I don't do it for clicks. I do it to defend my player when he gets unnecessary hate and agenda. I cannot stand it. I do it for Havertz as well because everyone's coming at these two. All the wrong ones coming at those two players. Tell me who else you're going to play. You're going to play a Pulisic who's reluctantly having to stay. And there's no other options. And we haven't made any signings. We've only got Jorginho in the midfield. We've got no other players of that level that are good enough to play next to Jorginho to protect the geezer and allow him to do what he does best. But the problem is Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. Same old tune, gets very boring. It gets all the clicks. It gets all the attention because all the haters are on their cases. And they always are because, do you know what? They feel like they're right about something, but they've been muddied for God knows how long. How many years Mason Mount has muddied these fools? And it just keeps on, they keep coming back for more. They want more mud. It's just like, rest, you virgins, rest, relax. You know what I mean? Have you ever heard the term supporter? Supporter means back your team. Yeah, back your team, back your players. I don't hear any of that. I really don't. I didn't come at one, but I didn't even come at Gallagher on Saturday. I didn't even have a go at Gallagher. He made a mistake. Fair play to the kid. He's trying too hard. We can see that. But do you know why he tries hard? Because he wants to make it work. He wants to have that chance at Chelsea. He really wants to be at our football club. We don't have enough players like that. The gaffer's trying to get rid of all these players that don't want to be at our football club. And you lot want to come at Gallagher for making a mistake. There's no positivity at our football club at the minute. It's all doom and gloom and negative. It's all negative. The gaffer's in a massive rebuild. He's got no options. Very little options. But you feel that you've got the audacity and right to come at players. Listen, Gallagher made a mistake. The gaffer's going to sort him out. The gaffer's not happy with him. That's enough. You don't need all this nonsense on social media. It doesn't help the players. Do you want your players to do well? Because if they do well at your football club and in your team when they play on that pitch and you go and pay money to watch that. They don't want to see all this nonsense on the timeline. It defeats the object of being a supporter of your football club. So everyone needs to pattern up. Everyone. It's not good enough. Big up Chelsea for life. Johnny, I like you and Tony. but having a go at Eunice and attacking him was a no-no for me. We can all agree to disagree, but going at other fans is a disgrace. A disgrace. Shall I tell you something? Yeah, let me enlighten you. All right, that fella sat there like a Cheshire cat. All right, talking all sweet and innocent, but that is what you call passive aggressiveness. That's what you call agenda. Do you know what his words were? Oh, Mason Mount needs to be dropped. Oh, and yes, he was dropped on Saturday. That's not how you say it, because that's not the case. He knows what he said. He was not dropped. If he was dropped, he wouldn't have been in the first team on the team sheet before the game. He would have been on the bench. It was a tactical substitution. So don't tell me that I'm disappointing for coming at someone who is calling Mason Mount a poster boy. A fucking poster boy. Which is what all the haters use. A poster boy. 4 times he said it in that video. 4 times. And you think that's acceptable? You think it's acceptable to blame Mason Mount for that first half performance? And you don't think that's an agenda? You don't think that's beyond criticism? When you're playing Gallagher in the middle of the 3, Loftus-Cheek on the right and Jorginho on the left, when have we ever played that? How many games has Gallagher played? Apart from the Leeds game, he hasn't. Loftus-Cheek's played wing-back. He's been thrown into the midfield. You're playing Kugler and Reece James on the right and left in a back 4 with Trev Chalobah, who's never played until that game on Saturday, who might be going on loan. So where is what are you trying to say to me? You think that's fair criticism to say anything that ran through Mace, it was all wrong. It was because of Mace that we played that way. They're his fucking words, not mine. So I will call it out. And I don't care who you are. I don't care how big you are. Don't tell me what I can and can't do, and it's disrespectful. Yeah? I got all these numpties calling me a cult these days. My small channel's a cult, apparently. Mocking, let's have it right. Well, let's have it right. There's no small change on here. There's no small change here. So go and watch the video and understand the context of it and understand what he's fed into. And what he's fed into is Mason Mount haters. And it's very clever from the kid. You know, he's always sat on the fence, the guy. Don't really watch him. Don't really watch him. Got nothing against the geezer, personally. Nothing. Do your thing. But when you're feeding into a narrative that's so negative, so toxic, you think that me, of all people, the reason I set up this platform is just going to sit there after being tagged 100 times to all this shit. It doesn't work like that, Chelsea for life. It's nothing against you personally, bruv, but you have to understand there's reasons and context. He chose to do what he did. He chose it. He wanted to go down that path. Where's the others saying it? Apart from Lewis. Lewis has got a stinky agenda with Havertz and Mount anyway. For whatever fucking reason, it's beyond me. Because who are you going to play? He wants to bring in Zaha, for fuck's sake. Shocking player profile. The geezer wanted Lukaku. These guys probably backed Lukaku through the season, came at the gaffer. I don't stand for this nonsense. It's not what I'm about. And if I want to call people out, I'll do it. I've got no allegiance to these guys. I've got no loyalty to these guys. They're in all their little circles. They all work with each other. Good luck to you. But don't think you can spill that shit. Passive aggressive nonsense, bangers and mash waffle, and just get away with it. to your 150k subscribers and set a platform and feed into it. And I get all the little wrongings in my chat, which is all good. No problem. I ain't bothered by it. You think it bothers me? It doesn't. If it bothered me that much, would I be doing something that I'm doing here? No. I've been through too much in my life to worry about stuff like that. And so has Mason Mount. So has Kai Havertz. Players with real mentality, big mentality. They won trophies, big trophies at our football club. They delivered at our football club. They're thick skinned. They ain't got a problem, mate. But you see, you guys with platforms, you need to pattern up. Yeah. Don't think people don't let me know what goes on. People let me know what goes on. I've got plenty of people. I get tagged left, right, and centre. I get DM'd all over the gaff. This is not a problem for me. But unfortunately, they don't like it. People don't like it. Why? Because it exposes. It exposes. No one likes to get exposed. And that's the bottom line. But you see, no one's got the bollocks or the minerals to do it because they all want to be friends with each other, to help each other out, to build a lovely cult, to deliver a beautiful narrative, whatever that may be, and tie it into the brown envelopes because they love to have all the brown envelopes on their platforms, most of them. So you work it out. Your bright spark, you work it out. It's not a problem. Carefree Kev, big up. Evening, Johnny. Sick of the hate for Mount and Kai. Heard it yet again from Lewis and Winter Surfer. I've unsubscribed from Lewis due to toxic. Listen, Lewis chose that panel. He had me on there, and he chose that panel. So that's what Lewis wanted, and he's got that. No problem. But there's a lot of shit that gets spewed on that. Too much nonsense. Just all agenda, all clickbait, all let's go with the narrative. It's all bollocks. And that's why I left all that. And that's why I've done my own thing. Because they like to get personal. That's their way of doing it. And people tolerate that. I don't tolerate it. I will never tolerate stuff like that. Because we're here to talk about football. You want to get personal, you get personal to people in their face. You know, you don't do it behind a monitor. It's just, that's childish, irresponsible, immature. And I'm not about that. So the way I go at people, I'm talking pure football. There's nothing personal here. I'll never be personal with people. I'm not personal. What for? It's not about that. It's about talking football. It's about opinions. But you see, these opinions on these platforms, they have consequences. They have ripple effects, repercussions. They set a tone, a thought process to all their followers, to all their minions, and they buy into it. And that's why Eunice is, he's spitting, because all the haters, that's what they want to hear. And he's fed them that. So yeah, I've called him out. And what can anyone do about it? Nothing. You just have to take it like a man. That's what you got to do. And I'm all good with that. You know what I mean? It's no problem. No problem. Yeah, I know. Go and watch the video. He gets the funny thing was he blamed Mount, and then after all that absolute diarrhea that he spit out about Mount to try and please all the haters, because obviously everyone's got an interpretation of him. He looks so innocent and hasn't got a bad bone in his body and all that nonsense, talks very elegantly, nice and calmly, but spits absolute aggression, toxicity, feeds into it, just like a Rory Jennings. That's what they do. George Benson, they all do it. That's how they roll. But people buy into it because it's spoken softly. It's easy to listen to. Not like me. No. I don't do that. I don't have an agenda. I have an agenda against brown envelopes, giving us false information. I have an agenda against platforms giving false narrative and feeding into negativity. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. So there we are. That's what it is. Steve Baker, I think you're a long way from Starbucks if that's about me. Blimey. I haven't got any minerals. I doubt he's been to Stamford Bridge. Good. Very clever, mate. Go and follow me on Twitter. Thanks for subscribing, geezer. Big up, Danny. Minerals flying high. Always, mate. When is it? When is it not? Listen, thanks to all you guys, the real supporters in there. Forget all the trolls. They're in here for the Chinese whispers. But listen, you all know the deal. You all know the deal. Big up Emmerich in here, up the fucking Chelsea, always, all day long. Chelsea, Trev is staying, and I'm happy with that. I wanted Trev to stay, and I think him playing in that game, he was a bit rusty. But the thing is, that's why I'm not coming at Trev, because there was a couple of moments in that game he was shaky. But you expect that. The guy's had no Premier League run up. He's had a bit of pre-season. Same with Gallagher. Even Loftus-Cheek. So I get it. And they were phenomenal on Saturday. The first half especially. Do you know how hard it was? Having that shock on the 28th minute to go down to 10 men. You're not playing well. You're in a back four. You're not used to it. You got Jorginho left for no man. Literally in acres of space. Loftus-Cheek ain't no road runner, is he? You got the fullbacks that can't push up, and we managed to keep possession in the hot climate and not concede a goal before half time. Was fantastic, because what that allowed, with the gaffer not being in the dugout, he could actually go down in half time, the dressing room. And what did he do? Made a tactical substitution, took Mason Mount off, sacrificed Mason Mount, who, in my opinion, if it was me, I probably would have swapped him for Loftus-Cheek. I would have put him in the double six. That's what I would have done. And he left Sterling Havertz because he needs a striker, and he put Sterling for pace because he's got more pace. And if you're going to sit back and absorb the pressure, you've got the wing-backs for the width, because Reece and Cucurella went back to wing-back system. They were more comfortable. All of a sudden, we're more comfortable, as it was told. Absolutely, we're more comfortable. Jorginho's more comfortable because we're playing in our actual formation, the three at the back, which we've played since we've been under Thomas Tuchel. No shit, guys. It's not rocket science. Yeah? But everyone wants the back four. Scream for the back four. That remains to be seen. If Fofana coming in allows the Gav to play the back four, I'm looking forward to that. That's my only thing. I don't know what's going to happen now. But that's the reason. And Trev did all right. I'm not going to come at Trev for that. For those two little, where it could have cost us. Apart from that, he was playing on the left side of the back three. He's a right footer. Playing on the left side because he couldn't play Dave there. He had to play Dave on the right. So you got to give credit to this player. You got to give credit to Conor Gallagher for coming out and apologising to all his teammates, his gaffer, to all the fans for making a mistake. Credit to the kid. He wants to be at our football club. Mason Mount wants to be at our football club. He's proper Chelsea. He's the DNA blood of the club. It's in his veins. Kai Havertz wants to be at our football club. He loves it here. Why are you coming at him? You stink. Your agenda just stinks. It's just, as far as I see it, is to get views and clickbait and get all the haters on board. And once the haters are on board, you grow a little bit bigger, yeah, for the wrong reasons. And then when Kai Havertz and Mason Mount continue to mud you, what happens? Whenever Mason Mount has a great game, and he's had many, I don't see or hear any of the haters. They go like hermits underground, back to the hole where they crawl out of. But yeah, you want to come and hate. So yeah, I don't tolerate it. Let's just run through these comments, guys. Big up Ebenezer, Land the Minerals, Johnny, watching you live from Ghana. Lovely to hear that, geezer. Big up Wheezy, my geezer. People want to dunk on Mount and want to say we played better second half, but what if Tuchel simply changed tactics and struck a tune with the team? Mount, us playing bad aren't mutually exclusive there, 100%. And that's why Eunice gets mudded, because he tried to blame Mount for that first half, and taking Mount out the side is why we played better, disregarding the formation change. That's piss poor, Eunice. For the great Eunice, that's piss poor for someone who's got such great analytical expertise. Very, very poor for someone who apparently loves Mason Mount. Very poor. But it goes with the agenda. It's a nice little message to Johnny Minerals. I get it all. I saw you lot on what's his name? Matisse and that Miz fella and all adding your 10 pence, mocking positivity and all that nonsense and talking cult business and this and that. Fair play to you. Do your thing. It's not a problem for me. But don't cry. Don't cry about it. Just take it. Yeah? This other side of the coin, one's heads, one's tails, one's getting slapped up. You know, it's just the way it is. You know, there's only notes here and money, no change. No change for you. Yeah. Big up British Patriot. TT's plans for Chuck Minerals in midfield this season. Still not heard anything on Gilmore. We don't know what's going on with Gilmore. Apparently, Eunice wants Gilmore. That's what he said. You know, why is he not playing Gilmore if Gallagher's this poor, playing like this? Why is he playing Gilmore? Well, Gilmore's the same as Jorginho profile. Pretty much the closest thing to Jorginho. That's not what we need next to Jorginho, is it? I think they can play together, but defensively, as he quoted, it's a bit suspect. Does the gaffer want to go into a game off the back of a 3-0 defeat at Leeds to play against Leicester with Billy Gilmour, who's had no run-up? No, it's not happening. So, again, nonsense agenda. Big up, Johnny. What's your thoughts on the Brown Emirates saying Palace have made 27 million offer? Listen, I believe it. I believe that probably Palace want to go in for Gallagher. It's up to the gaffer. But listen, Frankie de Jong ain't coming to Chelsea. I'm waiting for Frankie de Jong, guys. Let's see. I really hope he does. Like, I would love Frankie de Jong at Chelsea, but I just can't see it. You know, he's bending over for Barcelona. It's just the going narrative at the minute. And Fabrizio's just feeding into this, like, keep shoehorning Chelsea into it. And if we sign him, fair play. But I can't see it. So I don't know if you sell Gallagher. I don't think you sell Gallagher. I don't really want to sell Gallagher. Why would I sell him? Yes, he did. Eunice literally said Mount is holding plays back, and you're telling me not to retaliate to that. You're telling me that our player of the season for the last 2 years, the player that's the glue of the team, the player that we've won all these trophies, the player with the highest GA, is holding the other players back. He's not an agenda coming from a sweet, innocent Cheshire cat. Let's be real about it. Let's wake up and smell the coffee. Very clever, but don't wash with me. I'm too smart for that stuff. I'm way too smart. Big up, Jack. In here, big game tomorrow. See you out to Chelsea. I won't be there tomorrow, guys. I won't be there because of work. I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm gutted, but I will. I should be there on Saturday because obviously, well, listen to the fixture changing. It's nonsense. We were meant to play on Sunday at 2:00. Now they've moved us to 3:00 on Saturday. It's just madness. It's all over the place. The FA, this whole World Cup schedule is going to be so congested. It's just ridiculous. It really is. Big up, Skills. You know the deal, geezer. When do I not mud? Let's have it right. Oh, this is a great one, Jim. Thank you very much for letting me know. I knew from day one that Aubameyang links were false. They've been pushing by the brown envelopes, being paid by Barcelona. Now all I hear is silence. Funny that Fabrizio and the rest of them are getting muddied. It is. They're in thin ice, these guys. These brown envelopes have how long have we heard about Aubameyang? Personal terms. Oh, he's flying. He's gone to Paris. He's not coming to London. Barcelona want this man. They don't want Alonso in the deal. It's all this circus going on with Barcelona all the time. I'm sick and tired of it. I don't want to give him any money. I don't want Aubameyang. He's not what we need. He's a problematic player. If we sign him, I'll back him. But I don't believe it. It's too much. How much are we going to listen to this nonsense? How much are we going to listen to this nonsense? I found something today as well. Where is it? It was... Fabrizio tweeted, important hours ahead for Aubameyang depart. Barca want 30 million euros for Aubameyang. Talks in process with Chelsea. Personal terms agreed. And then Simon Phillips tweets out, David Ornstein this morning claims personal terms are not agreed. So who is telling the truth? Now, we know Fabrizio Romano is the Kingpin brown envelope agent for Barcelona. It proves it with the Koundé deal. The Koundé deal was absolute lies of the highest degree. Big up Romain Molina for calling it out, exposing that. George Mendes dealing with the brown envelopes in the press to get Barcelona to pay more money for Sevilla because they were the only club in for Koundé. And Sevilla knew that, and they wanted to get the most money out of a club that's got not a pot to piss in and have to rely on waiting for a lever. So they bought time for that lever to come in, putting Chelsea saying we bid this, that, blah, 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 blah. Nonsense. So anyway, and then Fabrizio says, I'm told, personal terms agreed after meeting in London days ago, no problem on Uber's side, but there's absolutely no agreement between clubs despite of deal done for days. Also, Xavi pushing to keep Uber for, you know what I'm saying? It's all the same nonsense. I don't believe it. It's just the same old diarrhea spilled out for clicks. Big up, Johnny Brannon has been saying Barca need to sell to register Koundé. They haven't sold anyone, but yet he played over the weekend. More clickbait rubbish rumors for it's clickbait agenda because it's either true that they need to sell and they've illegally allowed it La Liga, which wouldn't surprise me because they're corrupt FC, or it was all just agenda and brown envelopes flying about as usual, passed around to try and get deals of players that they want to offload so that they can get money to buy Bernardo Silva. Frankie de Jong is still the key to Bernardo Silva. So if they desperately want Bernardo Silva, I think even if Frankie de Jong takes a pay cut, there's no chance of them signing him. They have to sell Frankie de Jong. Something's not right. And I think this saga's going on. But what's Frankie de Jong doing in London? He's either talking to Chelsea or United. Apparently he's on holiday. Who goes on holiday to London? He loves Barcelona, guys. Isn't that a holiday home? Barcelona's a holiday home. Why is he not staying in Barcelona or go somewhere else in Spain where the weather's beautiful? Why are you coming to London? Explain that one to me. Always good vibes, mate. Always positive, mate. Always. Big up Martin Dixon, always in here. Big up Johnny, liking your work, geezer. The Muppets who try and have a go at the Minerals Mount will get muddied. Always, I won't stand for it. It's beyond criticism. It's way beyond it. It's constant. It's just constant. Unprovoked as well. Any opportunity. De Jong and Depay in London. Is that true, Michael? Well, I know De Jong is. I didn't know about Depay. Where's Depay going in London? Well, they're just good mates. And funny enough, Barcelona wants to offload both of them. They're mates. It's all very strange, guys. Listen, I'll mud when I feel like mudding, or if anyone tags me. I don't watch their stuff. I only watch what I'm tagged in. So you're more than welcome to let me know. In the famous words of Matisse, you might as well tag them and do a collaboration. So tag me, guys. Tag me. Johnny, with Fofana and Uber potentially coming in, we won't win, but can you see us challenging it, or too far? Have your take and say it. Well, I think Fofana's definitely coming, guys. Apparently he's passed the first stage of the medical. They're doing an intense medical, understandably, because he broke his leg. And they want to make sure that they're spending, 70 million, which, to be fair, as long as it's not like 80 million, 70 million, and that's including the add-ons, I believe, is not a bad deal. In this current market, he's a quality, high potential player, Premier League proven, wants to come to our club, French international. I like it. And we know he's a ball playing centre back, so he can play on the right and he's learning on the left because he can be versatile on the left. So it's worth it for me. The Uber one I don't believe in. I think Fofana is a massive signing in the sense that I'm kind of thinking that the gaffer's thought process is he might test the back four with Fofana. So he might have Fofana and Koulibaly in a back four. you got recovery, ball distribution, ball centre backs. Thiago Silva better in a back three. We know this, so he might tweak it a bit. We have to see what happens. I think anything's possible in terms of challenge. I think Champions League, if we can just get a run of form and get some momentum going, anything's possible in the cup competitions, which I think is what we're built for at the minute. We're not built for the league. We're not built for consistency, and that's where all the wrong ones get it twisted because they think making these signings were automatically going to be, consistent. We want consistency. Yeah, we all want consistency because it's consistency that wins you the title, but we haven't had that for many years. And Bowley is who I think is doing a great job. I just feel like the time's gone where we had opportunities. Maybe we could have gone in a little bit harder and get plays. But then I understand that not all the players are available. So you don't want to just go out and buy second best because we've done that a lot. And you end up having to, the Barclays and the Bakayokos of the world. And we don't want to go through that whole process again. So the gaffer's got to work land his minerals and try and keep the squad together and get the best out of them. As long as the most important thing for me is getting the unhappy players out, the players that don't want to be at a football club. The moment we do that, then for me, I think we can progress. And yes, we can challenge. I think we can get points on the board. I think if you get momentum, that is key. And you get that sort of unity and togetherness, then yes. But right now, we are very disjointed as a team. We've got players missing in key areas. Main one being, obviously, defence was Leicester with no Koulibaly. And we didn't have Kante or Kovacic. And Kovacic came on. He did all right, but he's not match fit. But he still did a really good job. So let's see how we get on. I can't really commit. Let's see maybe we can have that discussion on deadline day, after transfer windows ended and we know what our squad is. Fabrizio's YouTube channel is not visible, maybe banned temporarily. That's funny. Let me just run through. Yeah, he is. No, I don't know if he's 200. I think he's 150k, but even still, that's a lot of money. And he's off the books by mutual consent, and that's minerals to Bowley there. Well done. Bakayoko might be off the books. This is unbelievable. I think in terms of outgoings, it's fantastic. It's unbelievable what they've done. And they've done it very ruthlessly in the sense that it's not just about getting the most money like Marina would. She would always try and push it to the limit to get the money for players that are not worth what she's asking for. Bowley's not gone the other route because it's more important to Thomas Tuchel to offload them, free up wage structure, free up space in the squad, players that he doesn't want to have and utilise, and he has to register without really playing them. And then they turn into just deadwood, unhappy players travelling with a squad. It's just nonsense. I think you need to just get in a few more players. We need at least, on top of Fofana, you need another 2 or 3 signings. You must. And the front line, you're keeping Pulisic now. You're keeping an unhappy player, a player that wanted to leave. Let's remind everyone, he wants to leave, but he can't leave. The geezer was prepared to extend his loan so that he could extend his contract so he could go on loan. And yet these people want to play him instead of Mason Mount. It's astounding. Pure agenda. Big up, Colin. You know the deal, geezer. You know the deal. Well, you obviously don't know me very well. Guys, let this guy know about Johnny Minerals. Let him know about supporting Chelsea. I don't think he understands. But funny. Very funny. Mount has been 200 miles an hour for 2 seasons. A slight dip of form is nothing to worry about. Still an important player. Absolutely, he's our most important player. Listen, when Mason Mount plays, we tick. Chelsea play. But unfortunately, there is too many balance issues in the team. People forget that. When your midfield's got no balance and no fluidity, no quick transitions, and it's all slow and lots of touches, what does that do to your front line? What does that do to the speed of your play? Completely slows you down. You can't impact teams. Pace kills, guys. Pace in the team kills the opposition because they have to think quicker, they have to track back quicker, they have to get to the players quicker and press quicker, and they get tired. We haven't been doing that. We only did it against Spurs. And Mason Mount played that game. It was massively important in that game. Led the press all the time. Anyway, I don't want to keep repeating myself on that. I'm not going at Bowley. I'm just saying that getting rid of so many players, which I want, but we need to get the right players in, and I don't think we've got the time for it, guys. And that's I'm concerned a little bit because up front, all we've got now in this moment in time, all we've got is Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, Sterling, Brohart, and Pulisic. If you lose Ziyech, Lukaku, we lost Lukaku, Werner, lose Ziyech, Timo Werner, that's 4 players you haven't replaced. Sorry, 3 because you brought in Sterling. That's 3 players. And it looks like we're only going to bring in 1. So you're losing 2 players in that squad. And it's a long season. I'm concerned about that. It's not a dig at Bowley. I'm just saying it's almost like it's got no choice. And I get that. I do understand it, but it's going to be a tough one if that's the case. Midfield, I can understand the gaffer saying we've got midfielders. We've got Chuck Winnerals. Hopefully, maybe, if the Frankie de Jong deal doesn't happen and we don't bring a midfielder, maybe there is a spot for Gilmour. Maybe the gaffer's going to give an opportunity to Gilmour. That's why we haven't heard anything on Gilmour yet, because I think it's dependent on a deal like a Frankie de Jong if it happens. If it doesn't happen, then we might see Billy Gilmour come into the side, and I'm all for that. I'd love him to stay. I love Billy Gilmour, baller, but he needs to be bed in. He's had a terrible loan, poor development. So we have to bear that in mind. Defence-wise, Fofana and Koulibaly, all we've done is replace 2 centre-backs. We haven't actually brought in an extra centre-back, and we need an extra one. And everyone's coming at everyone going, why do we need 3 centre-backs? What's the gaffer talking about? Well, the gaffer knows what he's talking about, and I understand why we need the 3. Because of situations like Leicester, where we lost Koulibaly. You know what I mean? So is Chalobah going to be that guy? And if Chalobah stays, I will respect him so much more, even more than I already do, in the sense that he's prepared to fight for his place. That's big for me. Really big. Because he knows Fofana coming in, he's probably not going to get as many minutes, but it's a squad game. Yeah, it's a squad game. 71 likes. Well, that means there's a lot of haters in here and a lot of little, all the minions from all the others. So big up. I don't give a shit about likes, mate. I don't give a shit about subscribers, whatever. Those guys that are in here trolling, they'll unsubscribe. It doesn't bother me. I'm not here for that. It's great. It's growing. It's going to 4K. My channel's small. I don't know why everyone's getting their bees in a bonnet. I don't understand it. So whatever. Is what it is. Like if you want to like it. Subscribe if you want to subscribe. It's as simple as that, guys. The proper Chelsea realise and they're in here. The real ones. Big up, brothers. Love that from you, Johnny. The way the fan base have gone after Gallagher last couple of days has made me so sad and angry. Kids giving his all to make it work. Cut the boy some slack. It's true, mate. It really is. He wants to be at our football club. I want players that want to play at our football club, and Connor's one of them. So, yeah, I'm all for Connor. Do I think he's good enough to play in that 6? Not right now. Can he get better? Yes. but he needs to do it quick. Time's against him. He's not going to get loads and loads of opportunities unless he stays. But if he doesn't perform, he won't get in the team because Tuchel won't play him. And also, you got to look at it from Connor's point of view, that he's prepared to stay knowing if Kante and Kovacic are fit with Jorginho, where's he getting in the team? And that's what the gaffer's point of view is. He goes, you're asking me to bring in, a world-class player, big money, but what if I have Kante, Jorginho and Kovacic all fit? Only 2 of them can play in this system, unless he goes back 4 and he can play the 3. But, the moment he plays the 3 in the midfield, he's putting Minerals Mount in the midfield. That's where you need to put Mason Mount. But the gaffer puts Mason Mount there because he's delivered there and no one else is good enough and he's outperformed them all. And on top of that, if you play him in his actual position, well, one thing people don't understand with Mason Mount as well, I forgot to mention this. This is a key factor, all right, for those that don't understand football. He's playing as a right forward or left forward, correct? That's what he's been playing for the last 2, under Tuchel anyway, all right? Under Lamps, it was different, and that's why he got us the top 4, and he was so pivotal in that season. But the main thing that he offers, that no other player offers, and in world football, there ain't players like this. He plays right forward, left forward, all right? But in that role, what Tuchel demands of him and what he offers, he has to play the 8 and 10 role all in one game, within the game, to benefit the system and help the system, the teammates, and play the way we play. And we've seen that. It's evident for the last 2 years under Tuchel. That's why Tuchel knows he's a phenomenal baller. That's why he's Johan Mount. Because you name me a 22, 23-year-old that has the game intelligence at a young age to play in an orthodox position, but yet bring in other positional areas and attributes into the same game within the game is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I can't think of one player that can do that. And he can play 6 positions. So for me, name me a player that can do it at that age. Won what he's won. No one. No one can do it. Shane, stop writing this shit, bruv. I've answered you. I'm not coming at Bowley, mate. I'm not coming at him. I've demanded him to get time. He needs time. He needs more than probably 2 windows. But we have to be careful with no football director of football, and Tuchel is the director of football with Bowley. Let's have it right. They're both doing it together. It's got to be tactically done. So if Cho's going, they must have a player coming in. They must have someone prepared to come in. Because I don't think they're going to let another attacker go without bringing someone in. They've already let Werner go. They're going to let Ziyech go. Anthony's gone to Man United, so Ziyech is going now. They've got their 100 million now. So it's not about coming at Bowley. I ain't going at Bowley, mate. I don't know what planet you're on. Big up William Mitchell in here. Big up Johnny. Thanks for Super Mills donation. Big up Johnny. Muddied that wrong. And yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I don't even want to be in a position where I have to do it, but they decide to go there. So you know what I mean. You don't just spit and then just think there's no comebacks. Everyone calling for Mount to be dropped, but listen, they all think they know better than Thomas Tuchel. Listen, all these guys coming at Mason Mount to be dropped, they're the same ones criticising the gaffer. Just put those two together. They're criticising Thomas Tuchel. So we know what side of the fence they're on. Let's have it right. Absolutely, let's have it right. Let me just run through. Let me run through all the shit. There's a lot of shit in here. Big up El Padrino. Big up my geezer. How we doing? Hope you're good, my guy. As always, love the support. Big up Wayne in here. My member, Johnny, I've tagged you in something. What's that on Twitter? Big up Metal Face Doom. Lovely to see you in here. All the usual guys. Big up to all you guys. Yeah, he's terrible, that one. I remember, I think he brought out a video blowing the trumpet of Arsenal before doing a Chelsea one. I don't even know if he did a Chelsea one. I haven't got a clue. Listen, you're all bright sparks. I'm sure you're very, very intelligent people, but you're asking, can we not criticize? But it's not criticism. It's not criticism. What I see, it's not criticism. It's one thing called constructive criticism, but that's not constructive criticism. Poster boy, yeah? Love this. I did say this. 100% fact. The ones that are coming at Kai Havertz, I'm surprised he played 90 minutes, they said. How was he on the pitch, they said. This kid worked his socks off in that game with 10 men. Defended well, pressed well, unbelievable. Never stopped running. Never stopped working. Build up. Carried the ball from deep because we were a man short. Linked up with Cucurella, James, Sterling goal. Exactly right. Exactly right. But yeah, they still want to come at him. Can't do no right, these guys. They can't do no right. Yeah, he's come for pie and mash. Oh, I love it, mate. I love it. I love all that. Pie and mash, you can't beat it. Anyway, there's a lot of you in here that really got an agenda against Kai. I don't know why you're in this channel then. Big up Ice Gold Beverage. Big up Johnny. Keep pushing back against these narratives. These big CFC channels are all one click and never disagree with each other. They don't. They all agree with each other. That's why they're together. That's why they're together. And then I have to get all their minions, which is fine. No problem. Big up to all you guys. Big up to everyone in here. Like and subscribe, guys. You might as well. You're in here. Johnny, I don't think you mentioned Cucurella much. He's still gelling with the team, but I have to rate his pace. Well, I know about Cucurella. He was my first choice. I'm so happy we got Cucurella. I think he's a baller. I think he's doing a great job, but he played in the back four in the first half and he struggled with it, even though that's his position. It's not his fault. It's just that the rest of the team aren't used to playing in the back four, and I think that hurt us. And then the red card happened, and it was all about keeping the ball and getting to half time and respect to them. But second half, he was a wing back. He had more license to go forward. We saw more free flow in football because it's the system, guys. But apparently it's because of Mason Mount. Wrongins. Let me just run through. Big up Tony here. Big up Johnny, Mills FC, big up Tommy T. Love Tommy T. He's the man, the real deal up the Chelsea. Absolutely right, Tone. Absolutely right. Don't know if I'm doing it right yet. I support you 100%. Big up to you, William. I know you support me, geezer. I really do, and I appreciate it, mate. I appreciate it. Let me just run through. Tone, let me know if you want to come on, and I'll bring you on. I'm going to run it on. So let me know, geezer. They're here for you to mud them, mate. Yeah, they can't get enough of the mudding. They can't get enough of the mudding. Right, this is a good one. Big up Yosef in here. Johnny, did you think Adoy still has long-term future since we didn't let Leverkusen have option to buy? Yeah, that's the thought process for me. I think the fact that the gaffer kept it alone, I think he sees the potential in Cho. We all know he's got the potential and he's got minerals, but I think he needs that regular game time that Chelsea Tuchel hasn't got that license, I guess. That time to do it is it's just wrong timing. But I think that the loan with no buy option is perfect for Cho, and I think that will allow him to express himself, be in a different environment, and just let the football do the talking. And if he comes back fitter, stronger, on form, we've got a player there. That might be the thought process to not going spending big on a Leo just yet, or an Nkuku just yet, and look to buy them, bring Cho back and buy them in, because I don't think we can actually get them at the minute, which we've been linked with these two players. I don't know who we're linked with. It's all brown envelopes, mate. It really is. Of course it's CFC, but listen, I've been backing Havertz just the same, protecting him, defending him. Absolutely right. So yeah, I think the haters like to say that because they can't stand my the way I am, the way I stand up for players. I can't stand it. All right, this Shane's a real ball ache. You are. This is Chelsea FC, not Players FC. When they leave, I'll still be. Yeah, absolutely right. But when Mason Mount leaves, he'll be a legend. So of course, yeah. But it's funny you say it's not Players FC, but yet there's a lot of player agendas. So what are we doing? Agenda FC, player agenda FC's allowed. We allow that, but we don't allow player FC. I think you just contradicted yourself, my son. It goes both ways, guys. It goes both ways. Big up Hashim in there. Big up to you, Geezer. Big up to you. The only way we get Lau is if Mendes works his magic to get CR7 to Milan and we pay them money. Yeah, it's all dominoes, guys. Like for instance, Anthony going to Man United frees up the move and the cash flow for Ajax to bring in Ziyech. I can see stuff like that happen, but we have to wait. Let's wait for that move, that key move in the next few days. What day are we today? We're Monday. Wednesday's deadline day. So tonight and tomorrow, let's see what move happens. Does a Cristiano Ronaldo move happen? Does a Frankie de Jong start to build up? That opens up doors to all other moves across the board. And we have to keep an eye on that. And let's see. But who's going to draw first blood, so to speak? Who was going to draw first blood? Remains to be seen. But listen, let's talk about the game tomorrow. I think it's going to be... Look, we've got a very good record at Southampton. Mason Mount loves a goal against Southampton. In fact, he got a goal and 2 assists against Southampton last year. I was at that game away at St Mary's, but everyone wants to drop him. But I expect us to go with a back three. We're not going to play the back four. I think you'll see Georgino Kovacic pivot, 6. I think you can see Cucurella, Reece James, wing back. You're going to see Koulibaly, Thiago Silva, and maybe Dave. Maybe Dave will play on the right. And then up front, I would play Havertz, Mount, and Sterling. Simple as, playing on orthodox position and watch us ball out. That's my team. But it's all down to fitness. Is Kovacic fit enough? Does Chilwell get a run in instead of Cucurella? What's going to happen? So we'll find out tomorrow with that one. But I do expect us to win. I think I expect us to win this game. We've got a great record there, and I don't see why we can't win now. Big up, just call me Dave. Is that right? Well, if that's the case, then you might see Loftus-Cheek then, because you're not going to play Gallagher. He's got a red card. He's going to miss the game. 2 yellows. He might have to, or he might play. He might play Trev. He might play Trevor, Silva, Koulibaly, Cucurella, Reece James, Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho, Mount, Havertz, Sterling. But it's going to be between Dave and Trev for me on that right centre back. I don't think he plays Reece James there. He doesn't really need to. I think we're good enough with one of those two on the right hand side, and we're strong enough to deal with whatever Southampton have got to offer us. Yeah. Oh, big up, Glenn. Is it your birthday tomorrow? Happy birthday to you, my geezer. Hopefully, let's have it right. Dave, legend. I don't know if Broja will play. I think Kai will play, but it depends if he's tired from that, playing 10 men. I would love Mount next to Jorginho. I think he'd be better. I think he's better than Gallagher, better than Loftus-Cheek by miles, by absolute miles. But because of the limitation up front, is he going to play Pulisic now? He's staying. He doesn't trust Pulisic at the minute. We've seen that. He's not been playing him. And I think that's down to he knows Pulisic is trying to force a move, and that's the reason. So let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. So I don't know, Wayne. It's down to the gaffer. Whatever the gaffer wants, he'll do it. And I don't doubt it. I'm not going to doubt the gaffer. Let me just check if there's been any latest transfer news, because obviously we need to see what happens in this transfer window. Let me know in the comments, guys. Do you generally think we're going to sign Aubameyang, Frankie de Jong? I know Fofana will get done. I don't doubt Fofana. I think he's coming in. So in terms of the attack, who do you think we're going to sign? Do you think we're going to sign a midfielder? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below in the video as well. Like and subscribe, guys. Appreciate everyone in here. Let me go to CFC Ace. Johnny, can you explain to these fans that Havertz and Mount got more GA than the actual striker cement-booted fraud, but Havertz and Mount were arse and Lukaku should have been playing more? Exactly. They wanted Lukaku. They backed Lukaku. They got mudded by the player that they backed. And they got mudded by me. And yet they want to come at Havertz and Mount. It's a sticky situation, people. It's a sticky situation. Shane says, Kai Mount going to dominate tomorrow. No changes to the front three. Something positive, Shane. Lovely to see, geezer. Lovely to see. Right, what are you saying about these signings then? What are you saying about these signings? Let me just run through, guys. I've just gone a bit ahead of the mark. Right, so Manny says, big up, Manny. De Jong is definitely not happening. Uber is a 50-50. Zaha is also 50-50. Too many 50-50s. Apparently, Gordon's not unlikely to happen. So that's another one. 3 players were linked with, all 50-50s. Something must be wrong. Something must be wrong then, guys. Yeah, Mace loves a goal against Southampton. He hates Southampton. They hate him, just like Leeds. John wants Zaha and De Jong. Just find it interesting that De Jong is in London, but no one knows why. Yeah, well, maybe they do know why, but they don't want to leak anything out yet. Listen, it's all good. Listen, this whole De Jong thing is going to build up. But what if he goes to Man United, guys? It's going to prove to me that Chelsea were never in for him. If he comes to Chelsea, it proves we were in for him and we got our player. And if he stays, it still proves that we weren't in for him. So only the outcome will reveal the truth. Only the outcome will reveal the truth. Personally, would want Uber and Zaha, both cheap, and would solve our problem this year. Next year, we go for a midfielder and proper winger. Did they solve our problem? I think they're temporary fixes, and that's not good for me. That means you get like Zaha's going to want a 4-year deal. So it's not like if he doesn't perform, we can offload him. Job. And Uber doesn't want to come, and he wants a 2-year deal at the age he's at. So not very good situation for Chelsea. Wasn't there a brown envelope that said if a deal for Uber doesn't progress by Monday, then we will pull out? What happened to that? Yeah, exactly. I think we've already pulled out, Wheezy. What's your opinion? I still think we need competition for Reece, and that's what he would do with Gordon. Yeah, and I think we need cover for Reece. You got to rest Reece. You can't play him every game. And I don't know. Is he going to play for Fana there? Trev behind? Is he going to play? You can't play Loftus-Cheek there for a whole season. It's just not. It's not realistic. They're not going to give you that consistency. I'm not saying they can't do it. They can do it, but can they do it consistently? I don't think so. Yeah, fair play, Bobby. After his ass got robbed. I mean, that's shocking, but it's expected. Footballers get robbed all the time. We know that. It's sad. We don't want to hear that, but yeah, he probably does want to leave. Or maybe they've done that because he's leaving. Who knows, guys? The narrative, I know what you're going to say. Narrative Mount and Havertz perform, it will only be, they say it's nothing. If it's Sterling, don't. It's all agendas. Yeah, exactly. Sterling scores against Southampton. Yeah, he scored more goals. But if Mount scores, it's only against Southampton. It's only against Norwich. Listen, it's all agenda driven. Goal's a goal, no matter who it's against. I mean, if it's just, it is what it is, mate. It is what it is. Unless you're Lukaku and you score against Chesterfield and Plymouth. That's a bit shocking, really. Wayne says, I only think we get Zaha. I don't think we get Zaha. It's not a wedding, indefinite. Big up to you, Giza. It's not a wedding. Apparently, it was released on Sky Sports. It was not a wedding. So they're saying it's a holiday. Take that with a pinch of salt. Yeah, I saw it, but he didn't get me, Giza. Come on, Giza. Come on. I think we'll get Uber and Gordon. Ice Cold Beverage says, if those two come in, it will have been a fantastic winner. I think Gordon's brilliant signing. A lot of people don't want Gordon. I think it'd be a top signing. I like that player. I really like him. He'll excite me. He'll work well in Tuchel's system. So yeah, I'm all for that. Where was this, Wheezy? If this is true, then forget Frankie de Jong. We got the Billy Esther Goatmore. Let's go. Let's go. But guys, big up to every single one of you. Like and subscribe. Please get in the comments all your thoughts. Check out my video. I'll put that in the chat now. So you can clip onto that. And you can have that. That's a good watch for you guys. You'll enjoy that. No problem whatsoever. Let's have it right. Let's put it in. There you go. That's in the chat. Thank you to all my members. Thank you to everyone that's donated to the channel. Thank you for supporting. Big up to all the trolls. Big up to all the haters. Thank you very much. Big up to our Minerals Mount, my baller. Up Tommy T. Up Conor Gallagher. Up Bowley. Up everyone at Chelsea. Up the Chelsea, as always. Big up to everyone. Like and subscribe. And yeah, hopefully up Billy Esther Goatmore. That's going to make me very happy. It's going to make me very happy that I'm buzzing for that. We're going to see some Goatmore class. All right, guys. Big up to everyone. Thank you very much. It was a quick stream. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Let's have it right. Right, Pride of London. London is blue. Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Let's have it right. Minerals FC. You got the Minerals, yeah? Love it. Got the Minerals, TT.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking Minerals, mate.